Percentage of growth and interest, compound versus simple. In particular, this video is designed for American students taking Cambridge mathematics. However, at high school that is. However, these topics are perfectly valid for a number of classes. So let's begin. Here's the problem. I got this kid. She's named Hampton Garcia, and that reminds me, if somebody has two last names, they're trustworthy. Always. That's just my experience. Anyway, so Hampton Garcia's got $300 on some date, June 1st, 2014. That's a 14% increase of her original investment. And so the question is, how much money did she invest? There's a second part, like Cambridge questions always ask. It says Hampton invests the $300 in account now, earning 14% simple interest for the next 2 years. How much more money would she have had if she invested that money in an account that had 14% compound interest for the same amount of time? Then part C says, what is the percentage of growth from the end of the 2 years compared to her original amount? So what we have here, for this first problem right here, this is a classic reverse percentage problem. And typically on the Cambridge papers, Cambridge paper 2 and paper 4, typically around 70% of students get no credit on questions like this, which is a shame because it's really, really easy, especially if you set up an equation. A lot of times students, they just do some straight multiplication right there, and then subtract from, multiply 14% times 300 and subtract from 300. It's totally wrong. So let's try that one right here. So here's the thing: if you have a 14% gain, then you have 14% plus the 100%. So a 14% gain, is 1.14. It's 114% of the original. So what we know is, we know that she has $300. We don't know is how much she started with, but we also know that the amount she started, or the amount she has now, is 114% of the original because she has a 14% gain. So what you've got to do here, let's just divide. Got my trusty calculator. So 300 divided by 1.14 equals. So it looks like she had $263.16. It makes sense to round this to the hundredth place because we're talking about dollars, which come in cents, so rounding it up. Okay, so the first question is answered, $263.16. Now, she invests the $300 in an account for 2 years at 14% simple interest. So now we have to figure out how much would she have after the 2 years. So year 1, year 2. The thing about simple interest is the principal never changes. Okay, so year 1, she's got $300 times 14%, and the second year she makes another 14% of the $300. What this formula is, it's the same thing right here. See, we have 2 years. This is the same as T is time in years. So these are the same thing here. Adding something to itself is the same as multiplying by 2. Anyway, 14% of 300 is $42. So times 2 years, that means that her interest would be, she earned $84 in interest. Let's see what the question asks us. Is it asking us for her interest? Oh, no, it's not at all. It's asking how much more money would she have had if she invested in an account that had compound interest. So after 2 years, she would have the $300 plus the $84, giving her a total of $384. Now, this is simple interest, so compound interest, the difference is at the end of each year, the interest is added into the amount, so the principal changes. So year 1 is exactly the same as before. You got 300 bucks. You're earning 14% interest. We just saw that that's $42. Okay. Now year two. Year two. Now she's going to make interest on $342. 14% interest. So that would give her 342 times 0.14, $47.88. So that would be added to her 342, giving her a total of $389.88. So the question is, how much more money would she have made if she invested in an account that had compound interest versus simple interest? So that looks like $5.88. Okay? All right, next question. It says, what is the percentage of growth from the end of the 2 years compared to the original amount? So this one you have to be really, really careful with what it's asking. It's not a trick question, but it's very specific information. It says, what's the percentage of growth from the end of the 2 years? And at the end of the 2 years, she had $384 compared to her original amount, and her original amount was $263.16. We found that out in the first part. Okay, so let's see here. Percentage of growth, you find the difference of the two, and then you divide that by the original amount. So 384 point nothing minus 263.16. So that's $120.84 that has been gained. Okay, so that's the difference. Right, now the percentage of growth, that's how much she got. This is how much she started with. So I'm going to divide that by $263.16. So that's a 46% growth. That's pretty good. And so that's just at 14%. Now you got to imagine when you're paying money on a credit card, you're paying 21 to 28% sometimes. So huge amount of money that can be gained or lost with interest. Anyway, I hope that this was a helpful video. Please leave comments or questions, and please subscribe. Good luck. Have a good day.